Good morning, Wall Street winners. It is Monday, June 23rd. And if you think like a lot of people, thinking rationally, you would think that with headlines in the Bloomberg around the tensions in the Middle East, particularly between Israel and Iran, and then the US's involvement, the United States involvement in that by dropping some fairly heavy artillery that would penetrate mountains and cause or create havoc and destruction with some of the nuclear facilities, particularly the enrichment facilities in Iran, you would probably think that crude oil would spike. That's what many people would think. And in fact, historically, when there were wars or attacks in the Middle East, crude oil futures took off and rose. And although they have risen in the last couple of weeks, they've certainly not risen today to the extent that one might have thought. And in fact, it's a bit of a mixed bag looking at oil and utilities in terms of what's in the green and what's in the red. And it's probably been a kind of a contradictorian, I can't say that word, contradictory trade, where when you thought oil would be a good place to put your money, it's probably not been as good as some other spots yet. Now, it may turn and may get there, but oil stocks have not really outperformed as one would expect with all the tensions over there. And all of this really hinges on one thing, and that is in the Persian Gulf, which we're looking at here in Apple Maps. You can see that above Dubai, we have the Strait of Hormuz, and that is the strait where all of the oil tankers have to get through. And obviously, on one side of the landmass, on the northern side, is Iran. And on the southern side is a number of countries, but Qatar, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi, et cetera, et cetera. And if that strait gets blocked by, say, the Houthis or another militant party, even the military of Iran, it could cause risk to be introduced into the oil markets and could block about 20% of the oil shipments, primarily heading towards China, which could send prices much, much higher. So that's what we're looking out for in terms of oil movements right now, at least what the market's looking out for. And there have been some interesting things happening there. A couple of ships entered through the strait in the last day or two and then did a complete 180 and turned around. So there certainly is concern around oil shipments out there and the likelihood of potentially bombs in the water to disrupt shipping routes and to prevent ships or discourage ships from entering or leaving the Gulf itself. Good luck in your trades today. And if you like the videos, please hit the like and subscribe.